So, mapping of course outcome and program outcome. So, how the program PO for your department you have written down. So, PO is basically 12 graduate attribute. When you write down your PO for your department, that means only 5 PO you have modified as per, that is called PSO. So, what I am saying, the graduate attributes has a 12 dimension, PO 1 to PO 12. 1 to 5 is dependent on the domain, and 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are domain independent. Irrespective of the domain, those skills are essential. But why this is domain dependent? Solving ability is a skill, but electronics engineer cannot solve a civil problem. So, when I say solving ability for electronics, that means PO 1 is adapted for electronics, analyzing ability for electronics, not civil. Then another dimension also there. Suppose Institute A has an electronics department, Institute B also has an electronics department. Institute A electronics departments are very much, they are producing graduate who are very much efficient in embedded system, because Institute A has a setup which can capable of producing a graduate which are much more masters on embedded system. Institute B also producing electronics graduate, but who are much more master on microwave engineering. So, PSO, when you write down the program specific outcome, must reflect that point. Solving ability, analyzing ability, design ability, testing ability, simulation ability, which is modern tools and uses, when it adapted for a particular program, that is becomes PSO. PSO has also an extra dimension, that dimension is that what kind of expert graduate you are producing. Maybe some electronics department of Institute A producing BTech graduate who are expert in embedded system, because Institute A has a resource where the embedded system is much more profession or much more strength on embedded system. Institute B has an electronics department, but much more strength on microwave. So, their PSO must reflect microwave. So, when there is a design, much more complex design on microwave. Okay? So, that is called PSO, domain specific and domain independent, but 5 dimension: solving ability, analyzing ability, testing ability, design ability, simulation ability, synthesis ability, okay? Or creation. People say creation, but I said synthesis ability. Okay? Now, mapping of outcome based curricula with graduate attribute. How do you do that? So, to achieve each of the PO, a program offers different courses. To achieve individual PO 1, PO 2, PO 3, PO 4, PO 5, institute or program offer, particular program offer different courses, but only offering courses is sufficient for developing all PO. Domain independent PO, communication skill. Are you sure that offering a subject for English for communication maybe 2 semester long is sufficient for developing their communication skill? Can I say for ethics I will offer a course, a theoretical course is capable of developing ethics on the students? environment and sustainability, can I say that I offer a course on environmental and sustainability and that will scatter to all kinds of design problems when they design environment and sustainability? Some courses, some skill also require project, maybe design simulation may require a project also, develop the simulation skill, may require a lab also. So, not only theoretical courses, all courses I consider, laboratory courses, project, seminar, viva, all contribute towards the PO. But that is not sufficient. CO of all courses, outcome of theory courses, laboratory courses, project, seminar, viva are not sufficient to scatter to all 12 PO. What else is required? Teaching learning process, lifelong learning, PO number 12, or self learning ability. Can I offer a course for develop the skill of self learning ability? So, when I say the mapping between CO and PO, graduate attributes, not only I consider the course outcome, but also I consider the teaching learning process. And modern tools, very important. PO number 5, students should know modern tools, but I found only some laboratory courses, some tools are uses, but that also not sufficient. So, not only the laboratory courses, maybe the core theory courses also include these modern tools. Example, suppose I am teaching a course on digital signal processing and I am not providing a single assignment to develop a MATLAB program for a part signal processing problem. So, I am not developing the synthesis part of the PO number 5. Once I include that, that means modern tools is also important. So, using modern tools and teaching learning, your CO will be contribute to all PO. So, when I have been developing CO-PO mapping, I am not only considering the course outcome, but also considering the teaching learning process and modern tools uses, whatever the modern tools I required, which is mentioned in the CO. So, how do you do it? Again, I have know that graduate attribute. So, it is not that define student will able to describe. So, CO number 1 is map, CO number 1 is heading is knowledge on engineering, but it is not knowledge, knowledge not means remembering. It is said that based on their knowledge of science, mathematics and fundamentals of engineering, what are the skill? Ability to solve complex engineering problem, which I have already discussed in the first lecture of this week. Okay? So, the ability is solving ability. Cognitive ability is they have to able to solve, or application ability I can say. Application ability, cognitive domain is in application domain, analyzing ability, analysis domain, design ability, synthesis domain. Okay. Then what I will do, I write down, I have already say class, I think lecture week number 3 I have give this example. So, I again just for mapping between the CO and PO, how you develop the course matrix I am again describing, which is very important part, because when I say attainment of PO and CO, this is very much important requirement. So, initially I have write down my vision statement, then I write down my mission statement, which is the path to achieve the vision, then I correlate between the PO and mission, I write down my PO and correlate between the PO and mission. then I correlate between the PO and PO, then I correlate between the PO and CO, course outcome. So, this is called course matrix. So, for every theory course, practical course, seminar, viva must have outcome. Number of outcome depends on your course. So, there is a course called, I think C2001 I have written, course called C2001 has an 1, 2, 3 outcome. 3 outcome. So, as per the week 3, what I said, if the outcome is directly correlate with the PSO or PO, domain dependent PO, PO1, PO2, PO3, PO4, PO5, which is domain dependent. So, I can say determine means analysis ability, PO2, 3. When they are able to determine, they should be able to solve it also, not directly, that is why I put 2. Given the specification of auditorium studio list and design ability. When they are able to design, they should be able to analyze, they should be able to solve also. So, if it is substantially matched or high, matching is high, then I put 3. If it is moderate, I put 2. If it is slight, I put 1. So, this course is a domain course. So, domain dependent PO can be directly matched, but domain independent PO is also matched. If I consider, if I write down, this course will be taught using teaching learning process which I have described, that this entire outcome based curricula will be given to the students. Students will advise, come prepared in the class. They have given the assignment also, they will try by themselves to reach the targets. So, once I say that, I have given the entire curricula to the students and I give them the target, and I provided for each target an assignment, and by which they can test whether they achieve the target or not, and I advise the students to come in the class with preparation. In the class, I will discuss the concept, and it is a collaborative class instead of delivering information. So, if I do that, means that teaching learning process catered to development of communication skill, development of self learning ability, development of individual and teamwork. So, if I do that, then I can say this CO is not only mapped with domain dependent PO, but also mapped with domain independent PO, but it is not directly matched, that is why I put 1, 1, 1. When they design, so they know other design also. So, design 8, 9, 10. What is 8? 8 is commit professional ethics. Design ethics has to be developed, they have to use the true parameter, tell the truth. Then 9 individual and teamwork, 10 communication skill, 12 lifelong learning, 1, 2, 3, 4. Since it is analysis, that is why it may not be their professional ethics development. Okay. So, that way based on your teaching learning process and course outcome, you have to mention that. Think about a lab course. It not only develop the psychomotor and cognitive skill, but also I want to develop their writing ability, which is what under the communication skill. I want to develop their engineering ethics, They should do the experiment and tell the truth. Do not manipulate the data. So, I am teaching engineering ethics, I am developing writing the technical report writing ability, I am developing their self learning ability. Most of the laboratory you have seen, okay, instruction is given, connect terminal A with terminal B, terminal C with terminal D, rotate this knob, take the reading. No, do not give that. What is required? Design an experiment. Let us tell the student, do this. Design your experiment. Those are the instruments required, you take those instruments, design this experiment, collect the data, let us analyze the data, analyze the data, report the data and write a valid conclusion. So, that not only develop their experimental ability, that also develop their communication ability, their teamwork ability, their self learning ability and their technical writing ability. So, when you write down CO for the lab, so those mapping will be much more on ethics, much more on communication skill, much more on self learning ability. So, for every courses you develop this matrix. This matrix tells how your course contribute towards the PO, graduate attributes. This also decide whether your course is required for this program or not. People may say, why chemistry will be taught to the computer science graduate? There is no need of chemistry. Some experts say, oh, this is computer science graduate, they do not need of chemistry, no need of engineering drawing. On what basis? If my program educational outcome says that those computer science engineer will be employed on a chemical factory automation, then can I say avoid chemistry? So, depending on your mission, depending on your vision, you have written your PSO, domain dependent outcome. So, once you write down those things, those decided which course is required. It is not decided by the expert, it is not decided by the somebody said this is not required, it is not required. Not that, it has to be justified. So, every teacher develop their course outcome and they develop their mapping. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is actually PSO. Either you can say, okay, I have written those PO and PSO separately, that you can do. That means you are splitting two dimensions. One is solving ability, analyzing ability, design ability, testing ability, synthesis ability for civil engineering. Okay. Then you have written down another 2 or 3 PSO, which is the, you can say that departmental expertise. So, I can write down here PSO 1, which only indicate the departmental expertise. This department, this electronics department expertise on the VLSI design or embedded system. So, those PSO will be reflect those points, or you can combine them with these 5 dimensions. When you combine them, directly write to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a PSO, but if you excluded them, let us write down the graduate attributes as it is for your civil department or for your electronics department, then write down 2, 3 PSO which is based on expertise of that department. Clear? So, I think I have clear about the PSO, PO and their internal logic. Once the course matrix is prepared, then whether this course matrix contribute to the program or not, you have to decide. So, that is called development of program matrix. So, let us I develop this course matrix. So, if all those 3 instead of 0 you can make it dash, because if it is dash then what will happen? It will not contribute to the average. If it is 0, it will contribute to the average. Let us make it dash. Either you make it 0 or you make you dash, nothing, only when you put 0, it is contribute to the average. If you put dash, it is not contribute to the average. Let us say I put 0. Then if I say weight is 2, weight is 1, weight is 2. So, total is 2 plus 2 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 5. If all contribute 3, 3, 3, it will be 9. So, average is 5 by 9. Average is 8 by 9. Average is 4 by 9. So, it is 1 only, 1 by 9. It is 3 only, 3 by 9. It is 3 by 9. It is 0, it is 3 by 9. Now, based on this average weight, you can develop the program matrix. So, let us you say if it is above 80%, in program matrix the contribution of the course towards that PO weight vector will be 3. That means, if my average value is above 80%, then I put 3 AVG value. If my average is above 80%, if my average is below 80%, but above 50%, then I say I put weight vector 2. If my average is above 10%, and below 40%, 50%, I put 1. You define that logic. So, if I see this one 5 by 9, average is above 50%, but below 80%. So, I put, let us see 201. So, instead of 3, it will be 2, no 3. Then 8 by 9, above 80%, I put 3. Then 4 by 9, below 50%, I will put 1. This, no, nothing is there, 0, 0, 0, 0. So, this may not be matching this, then again 1. 1 by 9, above 10%, let us say 1. 3 by 9, above 30%, below 50%, 1, 1, 1. So, I develop the contribution of this course towards the PO I have developed. This is called program matrix development. Is clear? So, for every courses, I am developing course matrix based on the contribution of CO towards the PO and also teaching learning process towards the PO. So, not only CO is responsible for fulfillment of the PO, but also teaching learning process is also essential. Unless what course you offer for lifelong learning. In other cases, suppose a person said that my course is support, each CO is support lifelong learning. If each CO support lifelong learning, that means during your teaching learning, you have supplied adequate number of assignment related to each CO. Unless you supply that, you cannot claim that your course fulfill the self learning requirement. So, it is only possible when you develop the entire curricula in outcome based manner, which I have explained in week number 3 and which you have done in the portal. Once you develop the entire curricula and for every CO you provided a test item, that means assignment without any solution of that. That means students can try by themselves to achieve that assignment, which is actually enhancing their self learning ability. Okay. So, course outcome combined with teaching learning process contribute towards the fulfillment of the PO. Each and every subject, whether it is a theory subject, lab subject, viva, seminar, there must be a course matrix. Seminar. What are the PO you want to fulfill by the seminar? First one, their communication ability, presentation ability, communication ability 1. If seminar is taken on a basis of individual teamwork, then you can say the teamwork ability, their self-learning ability, their problem defining ability or problem analyzing ability. You have given a complete modern problem, told them read this paper, given a seminar. That means he understand, he is able to analyze the problem, then he is able to define the problem, then he is able to present the problem. So, present mainly soft skill in seminar, presentation ability, that means communication skill, self-learning skill and individual and teamwork, and some cognitive level which is called analyzing ability. Project. There must be a domain dependent PO ability and also domain independent PO ability. Project, mostly we want to test their individual and teamwork. Let them give a project 3 students in a group, small group. Watch how they working as a team, how they working as an individual. Told them to present the project as an individual, then as a teacher I have to ensure their group teamwork ability increases. So, every course outcome along with teaching learning process must mapped with PO. Once you develop for every course, then develop the program matrix. So, instead of course outcome, you write down the course number here, and that course contribute towards the PO. What I said? PSO, when the ability of the program or capability of the program included within this 5 dimension PSO, or you can write separately also. When you write separately, be sure you only writing the speciality of your program, which I have already mentioned. Okay? So, individual course contributes towards this PO. Then you develop the program matrix, entire program matrix will be developed. So, you are saying that this course develop this skill. Now, I have to test whether actually that skill is developed on the students or not. How do I do that? That is called assessment. So, what I said, assessment is the process for gathering data about the students' competence. So, I take different kind of assessment. Based on that data, I will calculate the attainment of that PO. Once I am able to find out the attainment, I can say if this PO is attained, that PO is mapped with the PO, that PO mapped with the mission. So, my whole things is attended. So, that is called attainment of PO. So, next class I will talk about attainment of PO. Okay? Thank you.